We know that we only win when we work. We work all year round, every year, but we work especially hard at campaign time. Only the Liberal Democrats deliver the safe, strong and fair Britain that we all believe in. Only the Liberal Democrats can provide a stronger economy and a fairer society. For me, the most important thing of all is that people have as much opportunity as anybody else, regardless of the circumstances of their birth. And that, in a sense, I think in these final stages of the election campaign is what is at stake.
I feel as though Nick Clegg actually cares about what people want, and he's actually dealing with day-to-day issues rather than just concentrating on what sounds and looks good.
I think it differentiates him from other political party leaders because they don't often address those kind of problems.
And all these things that people don't necessarily focus on, but they think he's done because it's the right thing to do.
When I started out as leader of the Lib Dems, no one in politics talked about mental health. And I remember at the time, everybody in Westminster saying, oh, that's a bit of an odd subject to choose. And I think it's a great thing the Lib Dems are the party that first broke that silence. And that's just a good example, I think, of where you can start shifting things in a fairer direction.
Nick is the most senior politician I've ever met, and yet he's also the most human, and I really value that authenticity because it's not quality you associate often with politicians.
There were some statistics which showed that the gap between the education of a child from a poorer family and a child from a wealthier family was closing for the first time in ages, and that they said that was because of Lib Dem policies we've been putting to practice. I was so proud because I thought, wow, that's the kind of society I believe in.
I think coalitions can only be a positive thing. Diversity just adds more opinion. There isn't one answer for every problem that our government faces, our country faces.
We created a balance to the tendency for the Conservative parties to look after their own kind. And in the same way, I think if we were in coalition with Labour, we would absolutely not let them waste everybody's money again. There's now a sense of kind of stability and optimism again about the future. Without stability, you don't have jobs, you don't have a sense, you can't plan for the future, you can't invest your hopes in the future. And stability matters to millions of people. We want to vote for a party which has a plan for a stronger economy and a fairer society, a plan which would cut less than the Conservatives and borrow less than Labour. If you don't want our country to lurch to one extreme and the other, the only party to deliver that balanced, moderate, centre ground assurance to people across the country is the Liberal Democrats.